All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oops, wrong one. Welcome to Coming in HotS versus Modo. Let's see here. We're gonna have this is Division A here in NGS, and okay. Okay, 1 second on this team here. I just want to make sure everything is going. Coming in HotS versus Modo. This is Division A here in NGS. Towers of Doom is going to be the pickup here. The map pick for Coming in HotS right up front. And both these teams are right next to each other, so this will be a very good game in Division A. Modo just lost to Tater Esports, so I'm not sure. Sorry, let me move that. I'm not sure how that really is going to affect standings, but it's going to be rough for Modo Gaming for sure. And we're going to go right into the game here. It's game time, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to make sure that everyone has a good game here, I guess. And yeah, so Coming in HotS looking to make it into that top 8 that are going to make the playoffs here. I'm not entirely sure about the Div A playoff scene right now, but this can definitely be an important game for Coming in HotS, and it might be an important game for Modo as well. So we're going to see how they do here. Modo has 4 wins. Of course, I'm not sure if that's changed the score, but I believe it's a little bit out of date. So Coming in HotS, of course, has 3 wins and like 4 ties. It's an insane amount of ties Coming in HotS. So we're going to see the Genji ban first out right off the bat from Modo here. And boy, yeah, it's just going to be the straight up Genji ban, getting rid of it. And someone is asking for that song in chat. I'm going to back up here and try and see what it was. It was My Number by Foles, so let me type that in chat here. Yeah, see the Lunara banned out. Is that a enigmatic target ban here coming out from Enigmatic? Already upset about the Lunara ban.
Death is beyond your reach.
And Malthael immediately picked up here for Modo Gaming. Yeah, wow, they just do not want that Lunara. Enigmatic, a very good player on her, but they grabbed the Malthael. Malthael is super strong at the moment, I think. I think people are starting to come around to his rework and realizing how strong he is. Especially last rights can be brutal among many teams, so we're going to see how that works out for Modo. And I'm not sure what the meta is like in Division A at the moment. I'm not sure if it's following NGS. It most likely is. So we're going to see ETC and Greymane grabbed up right here. Not a surprise to me so far. So some very strong picks on the side of Coming in HotS. That's ETC, of course, and Greymane. Very good heroes at the moment. ETC still a good tank. Never stopped being a good tank. And we're going to see what Modo responds with here. Malthael already grabbed for their front line. We're going to see if they go with the triple melee. I've seen a lot more heavy melee comps in a lot of areas in HotS and in NGS and HGC as well. So we're going to see how how Modo does it here. 22 seconds left on the clock, and I can see them grabbing a Lucio here, especially to go along with the Malthael. They don't want to let them have the Lucio. They could think to ban it out there too if they're worried about Lucio. But then again, the Lucio is really just for the Tormented Souls. I'm not sure how well. I'm not sure what teams are picking to counter last rights. I mean, Sound Barrier would definitely work if somebody gets caught. So they grabbed the Stukov, also a very good ban, I believe, for them.
Redemption.
And with Honor, Redemption, as Hanzo grabbed here on the side of Modo. Stukov going to be the healer for them, and Towers of Doom. It can be very good. It can be a very excellent zoning tool on the Stukov. And we'll see what Coming in HotS does here for this second ban. They're going to ban out the Diablo. So they've got the ETC banning out another strong tank. Diablo can just do a real number on people. Stukov silence out, and you get the APOC and a lot of combinations. Chromie being banned out here. Very annoying here on this map. Able to just interrupt channels at various times. at various times. Just interrupt channels, like Chroma can just sit behind the wall and poke some people out. She can throw just long-range Qs and make it really hard for you to cap one of those shrines. Is it a shrine? No, it's an altar. That's right. Cap one of those altars, but coming at HotS now gonna be grabbing their next two heroes. I imagine they may want to hold their support unless they have a specific strategy in mind where they need to see what Modo picks up, but Malphite already picked out for what is probably going to be the solo lane, so they don't have to worry about that, so they could save that to last if they wanted to. But you may want to save your support until the last to see what kind of comp Modo's going to round themselves out with here. So 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Malfurion picked up, so they do grab their support right away, and the Tracer is picked up. Okay, so Hanzo can be rough on the Tracer, but Tracer, you know, if she's good, she's going to be able to deal with that, I believe. So Malfurion picked up. I've been seeing a lot more Malfurion Tracer, which is kind of surprised me because Tracer's pretty fragile, and Malfurion not the best burst healer in the world, but the Twilight Dream, of course, is very important. Malthael gets in on your entire team. Malfurion Twilight Dream is going to be able to be a very good tool for them to use for disengaged. Tracer Pulse Bomb can punish somebody like Hanzo. Stukov doesn't have as much protection against that if somebody gets too low. So that burst is going to be very important for the side of coming in HotS. 10 seconds left here for Modo Gaming as they go into their final two picks here. Wondering basically how to deal with the Tracer. They do in fact go for the Tracer Varian block, and they do go for the 3 melee composition here on the side of Modo. Varian, of course, has got the taunt. He's got the W for the Tracer taunt. That's going to give him a lot more attack speed based off that. And then they grab the Tyrael. Sanctification going to be excellent use. Malfurion steps up. Sanctification means that he's not going to get that Twilight Dream off. Of course, in Division A, things are going to be a little bit more sophisticated than Malfurion waddling into your entire team. But Enigmatic is very possessive about this draft, it seems, in chat. So we're going to see the last pick coming out here for coming at HotS, going to round out their team. They definitely want more front line here, especially with the triple melee coming in from Modo Gaming. The last pick come down to their last 10 seconds. Figure out who they really want to deal with here. And they're going to have a tough time really like blowing anybody up. They do go grab for the Blaze. Blaze is very powerful. The bunker's going to be very good. Going to get people out of some jams for sure. Last rights too. It will definitely deny the last rights hit. So we're going to see how things go for them. Here, and there's the swap phase over with, and we're going to get right into the game here on Towers of Doom. All right, so both these teams, the key here is going to be how the Varian handles the Tracer. They've got plenty to deal with here. If they're able to capture the Tracer in a bad point, they're going to be able to blow her up pretty well between the Malthael, the Varian damage, and the Hanzo damage. But they're going to have to worry about the Twilight Dream, I think. Having them all go in Malfurion Twilight Dream could mean bad news for them on the side of Modo. Okay, we're going to go here. Coming in HotS. Here over on the side of the Raven Lord, we've got coming in HotS with Megalomania on the Blaze, Master Fish on the ETC, Reb playing this Tracer, Crovan on the Greymane, and Tempest playing the Malfurion. And on the side of the Gravekeeper, we've got Modo Gaming with Wait on the Malfurion, not Malfurion, Wait on the Malthael, Savo on the Stukov, Bronkar on the Varian, King Dingo on the Tyrael, and Enigmatic playing that Hanzo. So we're going to see a big clash here. mid. They're going to step up. Hanzo's going to put some vision. Everybody is staying away from it. And then the waves collide here. We're going to take a look at the level 1 talents here. Speed in the Malfurion. This is becoming, I think, the go-to talent for most Malfurions, especially in NGS. Blaze is breaking off immediately to get that wave clear up top. Malfurion, Malthael going up to join him. Tracer going for Pulse Strike. Progra, Q build, Greymane, and the attack speed. King Dingo caught out here on Tyrael. He's going to go down. Not even going to get any trait value, and just taking a wrong turn in that rotation, caught out by 4 members of Coming in Hot. So that's a good start for them. Blaze rotates down in the meantime to catch this soak, as Blaze maybe spending his time game double soaking. Sukov is going to go for the W fetid touch here. Hanzo going Redemption, surprise at 1. Varian going his Varian talents on a Pale Horse. Malthael's rotational Tumpy taking more off. And here's a Q onto the stun, onto the Varian. An excellent route, and then a face melt to follow it up. And another great gank here on the side of Coming in Hot's. Well done from Masterfish, spotting the Varian's weakness there and sliding in as he had those minions to take the tower shots and getting the kill. So they're going to go ahead, and that's going to be the second kill for them, and they're going to have a nice little bit of experience. So we'll see how this goes. Malthael, of course, dominating this lane. Malthael dominates every lane basically right now. So they're going to go ahead, and Kroven's going to do the Greymane things and just start that camp over there. 3 members of Modo are going to come up and grab this camp. They grab the camp on the bottom side. Malthael, my god, that's going to kill me. Malthael up top, getting that clear. Blaze having no problem double soaking, even though Malthael is winning that lane. So a bit of bonus there from Blaze, able to do 2 things at once. This tower's not really getting a whole lot of damage, but Malthael's going to go ahead and start this camp up here. And meanwhile, we've got another slide onto Enigmatic, and Hanzo goes down, and Masterfish is out for blood, getting these nasty power slides, and the team is just doing a wonderful job following up with this. Tracer Pulse Bomb is about half of its percentage, I guess, is the best way to put that. Blaze and Malthael just taking a ton of damage from this Blaze. Blaze probably going to oil it right back up, but those pumpkins take out half of that front wall up here. Blaze is going to go ahead, and looks like they're just going to trade these 2 altars and fight over bottom here. Varian comes in. He finally has that shield wall. He's going to get in on this. The silence comes out, and Kroven takes a ton of damage out in front here. Excellent silence by the Stukov. Bronkar stepping up. Varian just zoning out and trying to get Savo onto this altar. Masterfish has to step up. Malthael channels. Blaze a little late channeling. Kroven getting targeted by the Varian there. Meanwhile, King Dingo on the Tracer. Tracer's looking super low. Malfurion just trying to get as much healing out as possible, getting all those keys out. Wait in the meanwhile goes in the backline, but Kroven looking for some kills dies to everybody else, and it's Greymane going down, and it looks like Modo are going to be able to take this. They got a flank on the back at the same time as Greymane got stuck up front, and they sort of split their focus there on the side of Coming in Hot, and Modo able to walk away with that altar. All right. Level 6 coming out. We're looking at some of the talents here. Blaze and Malthael up here. Hanzo going for explosive arrows for some more wave clear. Good spread. Die Alone, Stalwart Angel, no surprises. Jumper being taken up by Tracer, as Coming in Hot still has an XP advantage. So despite losing that altar, they are up a little bit of a level, and we'll see if they can do anything with it. No, they're going to grab the same talent here, same time. Wizened Duelist coming out here. Yeah, Wizened. Wizened Duelist coming out here for Greymane. I'm going to see if they get value off of that. Track the stacks there. A big slide on the Varian. His shield wall comes out, but King Dingo comes in for the peel. Kroven taking a ton of damage. Masterfish getting absolutely chunked out. Here's the Snylons trying to keep EDC in one spot, and Coming in Hot's not going to get that engaged. They're going to step back as 4 members of Modo come to rotate on there. Blaze is trying to rotate, but Malthael's ahead of him. We're going to see them pushing in, though, as they're trying to get these pumpkins onto this fort. The pumpkins from Modo are still available, so they Coming in Hot has an advantage, but these pumpkins are going to be killed before they even get to the fort. An excellent defense there by Modo. Science comes out. Masterfish down to about half health, still just taking all this armor reduction from Hanzo. Looks for this Q, misses on the power side. Masterfish doesn't quite get what he's looking for. King Dingo's gonna back Malfurion, make sure he doesn't do it right there in front of him, in front of God and everyone. Are you serious? Anyways, Master Fish gonna step onto this Blaze still clearing up top, and we're gonna have 4 members here. Power Slide gets on there, the root follow up, and Hanzo goes down. An excellent combination there from Coming and HotS. As they step up in there, probably going to get this altar. Blaze rotating down, but he's going to be there just in time. Modo doesn't want any part of this. A little bit of a spray coming out. I'm not sure. Wow. Hey. A little bit of respect here coming out on the side of Enigmatic. And Modo are down about half of a level here. Here comes the Roots trying to capture the Malthael in that choke, but not able to be in time. Looks like they may try... no, they're not going to rotate on the trail. But Blaze is stepping up and clearing that wave, and they're going to get these pumpkins into this fort here. And let's see if Modo can defend again, but it looks like it's going to be easy pumpkins here for Coming in HotS as Malthael instead opting to soak up top. They need to get to 10 soon. Modo, Coming in HotS almost very close to 10 right now. So they're going to go ahead and back up here. They got what they wanted. They got those pumpkins in the place, and they're just going to go ahead and soak this out to 10. Blaze doing good at soaking. Malthael winning. Blaze has to pop his D up there, but a big stun goes on to King Dingo. Excuse me. Not in place. Redemption is finally finished. We're going to take a look at the Wiz and Duelist stacks. I don't know why I keep saying Wizened. Because, you know, it's because HEC says it all the time. Anyways, Wiz and Duelist coming out. 6 stacks for the Greymane here out of 30, so not quite up there yet. Rib just doing a little bit of poke. Just Tracer, she's fine. And Coming in HotS, just keep doing it. Let's take a look at the 10 talents. Both teams hit 10. Coming in HotS didn't get a chance to use their 10 advantage. They're going to step up onto this Tracer. Tyrael trying to make something happen, but Reb's got those blink charges. ETC comes in, Peel, and they're going to be okay. We're going to take a look at these talents. Stage dive coming in for the ETC. No real surprise. Quantum Spike, Bunker Drop. Greymane opts to go for the throat. Very interesting in this combination with so many high health pools. But they do want to be able to go ahead and burst out the Hanzo and possibly Stuka. Flailing Swipe coming out, Dragon's Arrow, Taunt, Last Rites, of course. Last Rites super meta right now, and they're going to go ahead and just trade out these temp altars here. Malthael going bottom to stop these pumpkins from going in further in. And there's the Judgment, though, from the Tyrael. Holy cow. And maybe this is part of a Tracer bull-up or a Malfurion bull-up. So a lot of ways you can use that tool. Judgment and Dragons are going to be very powerful, and if they get that person down enough, they're going to be able to last raise. A big slide there, though, of Master Fish onto the King Dingo, but he's going to be able to queue out, no problem. And everybody just kind of backs off. No problem. Blaze, though, all the way up here. Everyone starts turning rotate. And Megalomania, hey, buddy, you may want to go ahead and back out there, but here's the slow from Savo. Here's the taunt. Here's the stage dive into Peel from Master Fish. Immediately gets stunned off of that Megalomania. And there's the Judgment onto the ETC. ETC, Megalomania. ETC pays for Megalomania's sins there in the top lane as ETC stage dives down. And wow, Megalomania is still low. Megalomania might even still go down, but they're going to go ahead and 5-man onto this fort. Greymane just grabbing that camp, no problem. But this fort is going over to the side of Modo right now. You know, Greymane trying to get these pumpkins. They are going to trade out forts, no problem. As soon as Greymane can clear that wave, Malfurion just soaking down here in middle. Tempest here on that Malfurion. They're going to go ahead and boss. They're right here. They can't really get any value bottom. And they do have a sapper. 2 sappers pushing in. Like, that'd be 2 points here. So that's worth half a boss. This boss almost dead. Coming in HotS looking for something. Nope. ETC tries to get in there and get the face mount and leave everyone off the point. Modo having flashbacks of a previous game on that boss pit there, but they're gonna get I believe it was just 1 sapper. I believe the other sapper got killed by minions, but they're gonna get a sapper on there, so that's an extra point there. So it's supposed to be a 4-for-1 trade there on points. But even on everybody's in this point this choke right here. Root comes out onto it. Malthael's stuck, but it's going to reset the fight. Wait, Joe coming in, immediately stunned out, though. There's the Twilight Dream. There's the stage dive of Silence onto Malthael is too much. But Craven getting into the bunker. King Dingo goes down. Megalomania, big stun onto 2, and Modo is in trouble as 2 people are down. There's going to be a kill onto the Stukov. And what an excellent bunker there on the side of Megalomania, saving Craven. in that fight, Kroven just got really up at bunker drop, and they're able to jump in and have no problem. They're going to kill. They wouldn't kill the rest of their team. So an excellent Twilight Dream there from Tempest. Very well done on that Malfear, and definitely the turning point in that fight. Red is going to push up on here. Tracer, of course, has got some blink charges left. She's going to back out. Coming in HotS remain pushing this bottom out. These pumpkins are up right now. We're going to see what they do here. They're going to get a little aggressive. All 5 members of Modo are here, but it's Greymane the one clearing the fort, and Modo knows this because they can see the Greymane up there, but they're just looking to get these pumpkins, and Modo not willing to engage on this 5v4, but they're not wanting to dive this tower, and so they're going to back up and just let this sapper camp die. No skin off their back, and if they push any further, they could just simply take the fight. So they're waiting for their minions to push up so they can get on here and on this fort. And once you see it, I think you're going to see a lot more aggression here on the side of Modo once these minions come up. No, they're going to go ahead and step back a little bit, wait, getting up here, and just make sure that they get this fort down. Humming and HotS realizes they don't have a whole lot of time left here. Greymane finally takes the fort, and they trade forts back, and everything is back as it should be. So we're going to check out the level 13 talents here. Mounted Archery, the Weep talent here for Enigmatic. Mortal Strike, okay. Very interesting. Definitely, yeah, hit by Heroic Strike, 40% reduced healing. Very good probably with this melt. And there's a face melt pushing everybody away. Blaze is out of there. He's no part of this. 5 men from Modo pushing up in this as the 3 altar phase begins. Teams are 15, 14. There's going to be no talent differential in this fight here. Looks like we're going to have Wait channeling theirs. Tracy's going to probably back cap. We fight over here. Bottom, Kroven stuck here. Jumps in onto King Dingo, maybe looking for the interrupt on the Savo. Savo channeling, hoping. Finally, ETC goes down. Tyrael dies, gets explosion on the 3 people, and it's not going to be a whole lot. And Bronkar has to step back. And here's the stage dive. Masterfish looking to finish off this Varian flailing, so he pushes everybody away, saves them for now. Varian gets rooted, but it's not going to be enough. Tempest desperate for the kill, but not going to happen. Savo tried to channel that. Tyrael tried to distract him as long as they could, but ETC steps up and gets the interrupt as Tyrael tries to dive for the altar, but it doesn't work. So Malthael up here trying to get some more XP as Coming in HotS doing very well, up 16 and definitely in control of this game as they grab this pumpkin camp while Blaze clears mid. Malthael, though, pushing a really good wave onto the fort there. It's going to be 48 seconds before that camp starts up top. But Coming in HotS continuing their domination of the bottom lane here, doing an excellent job of it. They're going to be pushing these sapper camps onto the fort. King Dingo looking for a flank here along with Wei. Airs the judgment onto the ETC. The science comes out. He's taunted and ETC is deleted. There's the full combo from Modo doing an amazing job there. Blaze is stuck up top. It's a 4v5 and there's going to be 2 going down here on the side of Coming in HotS, and Modo has just gotten themselves right back into this game. They're going to be looking up here. Tracer just trying to do as much as he can, but ETC just dies immediately, not expecting the big flank from the Tyrael and the Malthael. And Blaze is going to do as much as he can. The Dragon Arrow just misses the Tracer. Excellent job there by Red. Barely gets out alive, and they're going to go ahead and try and get this fort. Blaze is not going to be able to clean up that fort as quickly as much as he can try with his increased attack speed there. There's the root preventing any real gank here down bottom. But they grab this fort, and they don't get another one in return on the side of Coming in HotS. So Modo backing up. And they're going to go ahead and just start around this altar. And this altar with ETC's back, though, so we're going to see a good fight here. Coming in HotS, realizing they want to start the one. There's again, the judgment onto the ETC. There's the taunt. Masterfish almost goes down, is able to power side out, but gets blown up anyway from King Dingo. But meanwhile, Blaze is in the fight this time, but looking to fight on the back line. Gets Stukov very low, but Stukov gets heals right back up. The bunker goes down, and Megalomania can't 5v1 Modo as they Blaze gives time for the rest of Coming in HotS to make a hasty retreat. They grab this altar, and it's with 5 shots. It's going to be 15-11, and the comeback may be beginning now. They're going to grab this camp, and they're going to begin their own domination of bottom lane. Meanwhile, Kroven up here, Greymane doing Greymane things, just grabbing this camp right up top. Yeah, and they're going to boss. They're going to boss. They're going to get these 4 points right back, and it's going to be a tie game here as they have to clear these sappers. So they get these 4 points for free. More sappers are on the way, and it'd be interesting to see whether they escort the sappers in or whether they just push top. So they're going to go ahead and clear the pumpkins themselves. King Dingo has to back for mana. And Malthael's moving up top, and they're going to make them deal with the sappers alone while they try to get more forts here. Wait, stepping up here, going to be the lead in on here. Tyrael coming down to maybe just sway Blaze from rotating, interrupt the rotation here from Blaze. So they're going to get this fort, and coming in HotS, not really even trying to get it back. They get the fort back bottom, no problem. They clear the sappers out there, and the towers here going to be taken. No problem. They're going to go ahead and rotate down. Blaze is going to be in trouble if he doesn't watch out here. And Blaze, in fact, does back up in time. No problem. Megalomania heads up. Map awareness there. Broncar steps up big, very aggressive. Looking for a tracer, looking for the Malthael's tracer. Uses 2 of her blink charges immediately. Make sure she doesn't get taunted. ETC up there, just soaking top. Is going to start moving down now. And Malthael's going to channel this bottom altar. That's going to be 5 more points, and that's going to bring them down to 6. Not checkmate here. They still have 1 point extra, but Megalomania taking a ton of damage here. There's the Etho onto 2 people. The Twilight Dream is a ton of damage here, and the Stereo goes down. The bunker goes down, and there's going to be no damage here. ETC doing a stage dive in the back. Hanzo got killed. I didn't see where that happened. Oh, Tracer murdered Hanzo in the backline. Reb really just doing it, getting an extra kill away from the team. Krovan steps up, tries to get onto the Varian. Everybody used their ult, but the Judgment combo not used. Looks like Modo was caught off a little off guard there. So that's 3 more shots going on to the side of Modo. Not a whole big losses. That's 2 extra shots, 3 to 5. They don't mind losing that fight so much, but 2-0 right now feels bad. It feels like it's going to be a little harder to close this game out for Modo. So they're going to go ahead and grab the fort here. I mean, even forts. As bottom fort goes over to coming in HotS again. It looks like coming in HotS immediately going to grab this sapper camp as Malthael comes up here and they clear mid. Interesting, not interesting because this doesn't usually happen, but both these middle walls still remain, and the sappers are grabbed. Malthael going to mount up and head back down. So Malthael may be thinking about going up top and grabbing that sapper camp, but they're going to make sure and come down here and make sure that the sappers cannot get in. That's going to be 3 more shots if they do. And Gramian, in the meanwhile, grabbing more sappers. And so they may be able to clear these up quickly, but Gramian's going to be back for the rest of the fight. Yep, they go down very quickly thanks to the Malthael. But the towers, the altars are up. There's 2 here. It is checkmate for both teams if both the same team gets to both altars. Malthael moving up to their tower immediately. But 20s are out here for coming in HotS. So they're going to have a talent advantage going into this fort. They're going to try and kill it to see if they can get themselves a little bit XP. It's going to get them almost to 20. They just barely missed it. Malthael up here. Immediately going to get some damage onto this Tracer here, but going to peace out here before too much. There's a big stun onto 2. Hanzo interrupts the checkpoint, the channel there. The Twilight Dream comes out. The Malthael looking very low, down to about 200 health. But in the meanwhile, Varian is back on the backline. Krovan getting taunted here. Greyman going down. There's the Judgment onto the Greyman, and Greyman goes down. Malthael trying to get their health back, but Blaze, in the meanwhile, is focused by the rest of the team, goes down as well. Modo is winning this fight, and that's going to be 2-0 here. 1 altar got channeled, so it's not checkmate yet, but they're going to get him down to 1 point to 2. So with getting that fort, they got their number of shots back down to 3. So it's going to be 1 versus 2. This boss is up in 49 seconds. They're going to grab these sappers, see if they can push both of them in. 1 sapper here is checkmate, and they're just going to try desperately as they can to get this fort. This boss is, whoever gets this boss here is going to win this game, and this is so exciting. 20 for both teams. You can see them here. Here's the judgment immediately onto the ETC before this fort can be killed. The root comes out immediately to peel, and they back off here as it'll be 15 seconds before anybody can get back. They're trying to put these sappers in with the man deficit. Masterfist is going to have a hell of a time getting to the pulse bomb. Doesn't find a player. ETC dies, and that's going to be game. They bring the sappers in. Modo bringing it home. Coming in HotS almost brought it back again. Coming in HotS winning most of that game. Modo finally had a good team fight, brought it forward. Coming in HotS almost got back into this game, but some smart team fighting there up top on that altar from Modo wins him the game. And the next map is gonna be Infernal Shrines, and this is the map pick of Modo. So we're gonna get that game going here immediately. Where are you, Infernal Shrines? There you are. And let me invite everybody. Oh. That was an intense game. Very good play by both teams there. Modo not quite. The team fight where they started slipping and coming in HotS almost came back. They didn't get their combo off that they wanted with the Judgment, but the Judgment proving to be very effective during that game. So I really like that that strategy coming up from them. So we're going to get everybody back into the game. Ta-da. Okay. We're waiting for one more, I believe. Crap, I forgot who's on what team. Okay, I think I have everything right. Okay, everything is set up. Excuse me here, I've got a like a stuffy nose. Like, I don't understand what's happening here. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of a break here. And so yeah, we saw coming in HotS just not quite getting exactly what they wanted. They were able to really execute in those team fights immediately, but no real answer to blowing up the ETC in a lot of times. Later on, you saw that Judgment go on a very low health target. You know, I didn't see how much value Last Rites got, actually. I should have seen, I should have kept an eye on those stacks, and I didn't keep an eye on the Greymane. The Greymane Wisdom Duelist stacks. So we're going to see how well that is. So. And I'm very interested to see how this is Modo's map picks. I'm very interested to see how they play this map. Okay, we are back. I think we're ready to go here. All right, and okay, we're ready. We're going to start this game right up here as we go into Infernal Shrines.
Infernal Shrines.
All right. Coming in HotS immediately banning out. We're going to see how they... Yeah, they're not going to let Enigmatic have the Lunara. Poor Enigmatic. That's really funny. Poor Modo, just to have like a target ban like that just right off the bat. It's a little bit demoralizing. But, you know, hey, it gets Lunara off the table, not a especially often banned hero for sure. So... that allows Modo to play a little bit more to the meta at the moment. So we're going to see what Modo responds. If it's going to be the Genji ban as well from last time. Or see if they remain here the same. If they banned him the first time, I have to imagine like they don't want him out here. But if they do ban the Genji and they don't want coming in HotS to have the Hanzo, that does present an issue. So if they like the Genji, they could not ban it here and grab. Yeah, they're gonna be the Hanzo, gonna let them have the Genji, and not too worried about it, I guess. Maybe it's a map thing. Immediately grabbing the Malthael. Malthael very strong at the moment. Malthael certainly had an impact on that previous game, able to get the sustained damage that you want. And we're going to see these two next picks here for coming in HotS. I very much imagine a Stukov. I imagine a Blaze. I meant to say Blaze before Stukov because Blaze was the very first thing I thought of. But I don't know if Stukov is a first and second pick. Yeah, they're going to go with the Lucio instead. And they grab the Greymane right off the bat. Of course, I should have remembered Greymane. I can imagine we're going to get an ETC here for coming in HotS. Masterfish does like his ETC. But we shall see. I imagine Stukov would be very good for them as well. Here. Hold on. Let's see here. They're thinking an awfully long time about this, but I mean, this is the most difficult pick, I think, because you've got 4 heroes that you're going to go through before you're allowed to pick again, and it shows a lot of your composition. So, a very difficult choice here for the first pick team. Oh, excuse me. Come down to the last 5 seconds here. They're going to grab the Tyrael. Tyrael, of course. Oh, and the Alex Straza. I do like Alex Straza on this map as well. So Tyrael, Alex Straza, very powerful. Maybe going to, in fact, use Judgment themselves here on the Tyrael. So we're going to see the ban out for Modo. Both teams have their support. I can't imagine either team is really going to go double support in this game, although they could absolutely surprise me for sure. So I wonder if you see the Genji ban here, if they're worried about Genji, especially since they banned him the first game. They definitely, at the very least, respect coming in HotS' ability to play the Genji. But I'm not sure who else they may want to ban, like a Jaina. It's like something, something with a lot of power, because you have your front line. I don't know if coming in HotS is going to go for another melee, but I don't know if it's ban worthy at the moment. They're going to ban out the Genji here. Going to count all the way down, and here comes the ban for coming in HotS. And yeah, the Jaina immediately hovered here on the side of coming in HotS. I could also see an ETC ban, but you ban the ETC and they're just going to grab Diablo Jaina, I think. So ETC, Diablo ban, probably not. Well, no, they do ETC. Maybe they think they're not going to do that. So, or they're not scared of it, if that's the case. I mean, I'm not sure what people are scared of on the side of coming in HotS, especially on a Div A team. So ETC, the Cowman being hovered here, they think that, I mean, it's a good, ETC is a great tank here. So if they think that the question is, does Modo's strategy hinge on the ETC, or can they just grab another tank? Like, is ETC going to be that strong of a pick that it messes with what Modo has left? Lucio Greymane offers you 0 information, really, about what Modo is doing. So this is really the key pick here for the game. And I really imagine that here is where you bring out your pocket combo. Not a pocket strap, but like this is the combo that you've been sort of hiding in the picks in your bands with the Lucio Greymane. A whole lot works in here. Arthas works great with the Lucio here. Blaze works great. Blaze ETC. Not ETC. Blaze and like Diablo. Maybe Blaze Murden. You know, there's Diablo Jaina. There's so many ways you can go with this. Sonya, a Nubarak. Interesting. I'm not. I wonder what the Nubarak. I mean, they're gonna go Cocoon, and a Cocoon probably for Dragon Queen. Yeah. So Cocoon grabbed up for Dragon Queen. Sonya just good on this map in general. Sonya being unnerved, and hey, they could pull out more blow-up combinations like the Tyrael Judgment with the Sonya Leap. Sonya Leap into an Anubarak stun, double stun with the Greymane going for the throat, and whoever they decide to pick up for their last damage here on the side of Modo. So that offers them a lot of flexibility here in their draft. And Sonya, of course, could always just go plain old Wrath and just start beating up on people. We're going to see what they go here for the coming in HotS. I wouldn't be surprised to see triple melee, in fact. Maybe some more CC for the Sonya. Force him to grab somebody like that. Kael'thas, maybe? Arthas? Okay, they do go for the melee, and there's the Cassia. All right, so Greymane Sonya being blinded, it's going to be rough for them. And Arthas going to give them that. It looks like teams are playing Malthael almost as a ranged character, or maybe like not expecting too much frontline here with especially Malthael being played with the last rites. So Cassia being picked up in going into the Sonya Nubarak. Interesting. So they're really forcing him to get some magic damage, and they go for the Kel'Thuzad. Oh, sick. I hope Jugs is watching. So our sister team, Modo Miracle, I know being picked up here on Infernal Shrines. And Kel'Thuzad excellent on this map too. A lot of choke points, a lot of places for Kel'Thuzad to do stuff. And Cassia gets hit by any of that Kel'Thuzad stuff, and she is done for. Malthael probably pretty significantly vulnerable too. So it comes down to Enigmatic. Enigmatic gonna be showing off the Kel'Thuzad. He can't Lunara. Well, he's gonna show off his chains. And Kel'Thuzad, of course, being a very high skill cap hero. And it's gonna be tempting for Tyrael not to go Judgment here and just simply Judgment onto the Kel'Thuzad and murder him. So we're gonna see how coming in HotS handles this. It could be a very slow comp, or it could be a very fast comp, depending on how they play it, depending on how much damage you expect the Cassia and the Malthael to do very quickly. So not a lot of fast damage, though, on the side of coming in HotS. Anyway, speaking of coming in HotS, on the side of Heaven, we have them with Master Fish playing the Arthas, Megalomania on the Malthael, Reb playing, what is that?
The battle begins.
Reb playing the Cassia, Tempest on the Alexstrasza, Krovan on the Tyrael. And on the side of Hell, we've got Modo with Weight on the Sonya, Enigmatic on the Kel'Thuzad, Bronkar on the Greymane, Savo playing Lucio, and King Dingo bringing up a rear with the Anubarak. So we're going to see teams clash here in mid. I'm going to look at picking up the talents right here. W build coming out for Alexstrasza. Frost Presence for Arthas. I like that. Cassia going Q build. And there's your burst. So they're like, you're in trouble for, not in trouble, but having not a lot of burst damage. That Q going to be the key there for them. Malthael going, of course, for the Talon. There's a bunch of stacks already for the Kel'Thuzad. And I wonder if it's if it was a good idea to bring so many people to the Kel'Thuzad. I mean, looks like you're going to have just Master Fish going down there. So let's look at the talents on the side of Modo. And you've got the Wolfheart for the Greymane. Surprisingly blocked for the Sonya to win that top lane. Not win it, because Malthael will definitely win it, but at least do a better job. Weight already getting chunked out. Looking for the Malthael somewhere. We're going to see how she does over time here. And we're going to see how these stacks go for the Kel'Thuzad. So both teams sort of off-rotating against each other, getting the same amount of experience. I do wonder... Oh, Greymane immediately going up here for the gank onto Megalomania. Wasn't expecting it, pushing way far forward. and thinking the Malthael dominance would just carry him through, but doesn't see it coming. And there's a big kill for the side of Modo. Tyrael has to come up here to soak this experience, and that's going to be okay for them, but it's not. It's a pretty rough kill, and they immediately start onto this shaman camp here. Modo down bottom, Enigmatic still looking for those sweet, sweet stacks. Still is only at 4. Not really a big deal here. This is very early game. Reb stepping up, getting some damage, and Anubrak looking maybe. No, just getting some vision over here. King Dingo just sort of controlling the space here in mid. Sonya and Malthael finally back at it again. But then this time Sonya has the shaman camp pushing onto the wall. You know how King Dingo still controlling the vision in here. The Greymane's going to go ahead and start this camp with the help of the Lucio. They're going to go onto this Arthas. Kel'Thuzad finds a chain, gets a pull, doesn't get a stack on the root, but is, you know, just building that up. And then just clearing this bottom of here. The shrine is going to pop top. There's the chain, just misses the Master Fish. But still yet another stack on the road to 30. Greymane's going to continue this camp. I don't know if, coming in HotS immediately moves down. Bronkar says, see you later. There's a free Khazra kill. But King Dingo going to come in here, make sure that they can't contest this, go for this camp without a fight. There's 4 members of Modo coming on to 3. It looks like 2 more members of Modo coming in HotS are rotating down here. This camp's going to go over to Modo, but coming in HotS looking for some kills. Megalomania pushed back by the Lucio Boop. The Nubrak gets out, and they get what they wanted. They get the camp, and they get out. So coming in HotS rotates all the way down, while Sonya gets a head start on this shrine. Meanwhile, this camp that was grabbed mid so long ago is now pushing, and coming in HotS has to clear bottom. All right, so Sonya just clearing this, no problem. Arthas trying to get rid of this camp in middle, along with the Alexstrasza, and it looks like coming in HotS simply going to give up this Punisher. Realizing this, Greymane's going to step up, and they're going to start pushing onto this camp here. Getting a little bit of free damage done on this tower. There's a big pull from the Kel'Thuzad by Enigmatic there. Gets a couple more stacks onto his quest there. 10 there for the, for the Kel'Thuzad. I'm getting the hiccups. That sucks. The Punisher jump over the wall. Master Fish gets rooted by the Kel'Thuzad. Damage. The healing comes out from the Alexstrasza, keeping everybody alive, but this Punisher over the wall, they are through the wall now, but a big root from Arthas keeps them at bay. Master Fish trying to kill this, trying to dodge that chain, does an excellent job of getting a juke there. The root comes out, but doesn't get a hit, and that is it. So they're going to go ahead and back off. Meanwhile, Sonya over here with Koven, Tyrael just doing a bit of soak. They're by themselves, and they're going to come down here. So Modo pushing in onto this mid area, just getting these minions on this keep. They're showing some danger pings up here. Savo coming up, seeing an Arthas going for the flank here. Malthael, meanwhile, is up top, and there's a pull onto the Master Fish. Arthas is going to be just fine, but that is that. So and we're going to see coming in HotS taking this camper. Nubrak checking out the obvious camp grab here. The Nubrak going to just harass the Malthael here, waiting for the rest of his team, not wanting to quite engage it. Here comes Arthas though, and Tyrael is very late to this. 5 members of Modo on this camp. Megalomania taking a ton of damage. He goes down, but Anubrak is getting very low himself. 3 members on Modo are very low, and Megalomania staying back. King Dingo finally going down. An excellent job from them. There's the Kel'Thuzad route to zone out and peel, but Sonya, not before Sonya dies, and there's a 2-for-0. Excellent fight there for coming in HotS on that camp invade, able to survive that 4v5. And they're going to go ahead and push this camp. Tyrael down here getting the camp, and because of that fight, they're going to go ahead and take this camp here. Kel'Thuzad looking for some more stacks at 20 stacks already, so Kel'Thuzad almost stacked. doing a good job of that. Cassia gets a nice Q onto the screen. Let's look at Cassia is doing. 25 stacks out of 40 and 10 out of 25 here on Circle of Life. 9 on Frost Presence for Arthas. Almost has his res. And I think that's it for talents. Gramian going full Worgen build here. Insatiable and Wizened Duelist here. Just looking for that mana. Oh, there's a big pull on the Arthas. Masterfish taking some damage there, but it's going to be just fine. Doesn't matter. Just looking for stacks. And looking here at the talents, no real other surprises, but here comes tens for coming in HotS. We're going to see Sanctification, Cleansing Flame, Army of the Dead, Valkyrie, and Last Rites. No surprises there. So tens now being grabbed for Modo, but they are a full level behind as this shrine pops up. It's going to be even talent tiers for this shrine. Gramian holding his talent, not sure what he wants to do. And there's the leap. In fact, doing the same tactic as last time. Leap, Sound Barrier, Curse Bullet. I could see a Curse Bullet leap combo with a cocoon onto somebody important to make sure that they can't follow up. And Kel'Thuzad, of course, going with the Fisher. So coming in HotS going to start this. Kiro throws a sword into the bush to get some vision. King Dingo just steps right up, looking for a stun on here. Nubrak just taking up space here on this shrine. Big Root comes out, hits just one on Gramian. And the Curse Bolt goes out on the Masterfish, just getting some free damage on Broncar. And there's the Dragon Queen immediately coming up. And there's the health. They're going to go ahead and back out and let Dragon Queen run its course. Nubarak gets rooted there in the side of the Kel'Thuzad damage coming in. And finally, Malthael comes down from top to join them. And they push them off of this shrine with the dragon. 5v4, but in the meanwhile, Krogan stuck way out front here, but Nubarak taking a time edge. Sanctification comes out to keep them alive. Here's Cleansing Flame to get a ton of damage and health onto King Dingo, and the Nubarak goes down. The cocoon not enough to save him. Megalomania not able to get his last rights off and get a stack off that for free, but the well-used ults there and coming in HotS take the fight 1-0, and they're going to take this shrine. And Punisher, it's going to be an Arcane Punisher going over to them. Kel'Thuzad damage in the meanwhile. Let's see his... He is now stacked. He is at 835, so 10 seconds ago, he was able to get that. But the Punisher is down. Sonya, in the meanwhile, pushing bottom. Malthael is up top. So Malthael is now going to make the rotation here. That they see the Sonya bottom. Just getting free, clear onto that fort. The Punisher making short work of this wall, but they are going to make short work of the Punisher. But it jumps with the Nubarak. Nubarak has his E up, steps back. Punisher runs off into space and allowing and no problem for coming in HotS to take out this mid fort. And we're going to see what they do with this 13 level advantage here. So they've got a fort. They've got the level advantage. They have 3 of their ults up as well. I wish that I could see a handy Dragon Queen here. So Dragon Queen not up for 53 more seconds. And both teams are going to go ahead and clear out their respective camps. Krovan comes over and tries to check it out, but they both grab him about the same time. And Masterfish looking for a fight, just trying to get something here. Steps up into this bush. They go ahead and clear this. And Megalomania is going to be stepping down here, maybe harassing that Sonya a bit. Kel'Thuzad finds a Glacial Spike onto the Masterfish, tries to get the full combo, gets only a little bit of it. But Valkyrie doesn't quite get the Sonya. Down here at bottom. Krovan stepping down here. They're going to go ahead and grab this fort with their 13 advantage with no problem taking it. Modo not willing to let it go without a fight, and they may want to fight this 13-12. They do destroy this fort. Kel'Thuzad completes his phylactery talent. And, yeah, Rev wave clear the Valkyrie. Oh, there's a big Glacial Spike coming out. Kel'Thuzad doesn't quite get the combo on anybody. Malthael's finally down here. It's a 5v5 fight, and this is what coming in HotS wants. Modo might want to take this fight here if they're looking desperate, but here's the Sound Barrier. They're going to try and re-engage on here. The last rides come down, doesn't quite get Broncar low enough. Broncar steps out, but Wait taking a ton of damage. The leap saved Wait as they just back off 14-12. They tried to make that fight happen. If they make that fight happen, that's a huge win for them. A couple ults burned on the side of coming in HotS, trying to get some advantage with some kills there, but they instead, nothing happens and they all back out. Meanwhile, though, Leap had to be burned, Sound Barrier burned, trying to win that fight. So both teams ending up in the same space. Finally, back to 13, a big catch here onto Nubrak. They might be able to catch these people out. Reb gets push back, but is able to walk to safety. No, there comes the Kel'Thuzad damage, and Reb is going to go down. Look at her go flying, ladies and gentlemen. That's a ragdoll if I ever seen one. So, big kill there coming out from Modo, getting themselves back into this game. Tyrael going to go ahead and just do some soaking up here. Malphite grabbing this camp. Sonya grabbing the camp here on the side of coming in of Modo. And Modo's going to just start pushing on this fort, getting some value here. The Kel'Thuzad chain comes out, tries to get the combo, doesn't quite land it on the tip. It's good dodge there by the Alex Straza, but they are indeed going to go ahead and grab this fort. It's only taking a while to get that camp. Another chain comes on from Kel'Thuzad, but here comes the rest of coming in HotS. 4 members of Modo. I don't know if they know that they're there. The cocoon comes out in the Arthas, allowing them to disengage. That's cocoon down. Meanwhile, King Day was stuck behind that holy ground, is able to eat out, and coming in HotS put 5 members onto the shrine. Sonya clearing top. That means it's going to be their camp pushing up top and not coming in HotS. But coming in HotS going to say, okay, we're going to go ahead and take this. This is going to push onto a keep. And so it could be a big deal for them. They're going to hit 16 too. It looks like coming in HotS going to try and start a fight here. There's this chain onto Tyrael. Tyrael immediately goes down to the Kel'Thuzad combo, but the Cleansing Flame comes out, taking a ton of damage onto King Dingo. The sound barrier is out, but it goes right through the shield. Sonya leaps out just in time, has enough damage, and they're going to turn it around, get a kill onto Maltha, but a counter kill onto the Nubrak for that, and they trade out 2 for 1. So it's going to be a Punisher going over to coming in HotS, but a kill advantage from Modo there for that exchange. That gets them a little bit closer in XP, and gets them the fort, but they are in fact going to lose this Punisher. Only 1 more skeleton left. They realize they can go ahead and just throw maybe some spells into there. It's going to be really tough for Modo. Modo seeing if they can maybe get the shrine, forcing them to come back and maybe forcing the fight. Tyrael is gone, cleaning up the rest of the camp. They maybe realized that they might be able to get something done here without him, but no. Nubrak finally comes back. The Punisher does a moonwalk jump back onto the wake. That was a really weird jump from them. So Nubrak going to watch the flank here. They're going to wait for 16. As soon as they hit 16, they might think about a flank, but no, they realize they're not going to wait for the trickle here for 16. We're going to check out, I'm going to show the 16 towns. I don't think I'll be able to call them, but jump out from the Punisher. There's a Kel'Thuzad root on a Masterfish. Masterfish taking a ton of damage. It's going to be slowed. They're going to go ahead and get this one. Well, this Punisher going down very quickly for coming in HotS. Probably not going to be able to get this keep, especially not with the defense that they have. Malthael, though, finally coming in. They're finally able to clear that camp, and coming in HotS watch none of this, and they are, in fact, not going to get a keep. They only get a front wall with this Punisher. And they're going to go ahead and start this. Most quests complete, although noticeably Alex Straza has not completed her W quest. She just did at the moment. So most quests complete except for the Arthas quest. And Malthael going for the Black Harvest talent. I'm very surprised to see the Black Harvest talent not paired with the trait talent at 16 here on Mortality. Inevitable end, of course, for him. And, ooh, a little bit of viewing here. The Cocoon goes down to Arthas. They're going to push the rest of the team off and turn off. There's the weight jump onto the leap. The Sanctification has to come out to push them out. Meanwhile, Arthas is out of the Cocoon. The Kel'Thuzad's damage go down. The Greymane jumps in, and Masterfish is dead, but the Cleansing Flame coming out, trying to keep them alive. The Sound Barrier comes out, allowing them to continue the onslaught. And there's another Kel'Thuzad combo. Krovan gets out, though, manages to survive with the Tyrael shields. Malthael finishes the quest, and Wait is in trouble. Wait spins to win, but Last Rites is going to finish him off. And we're going to go ahead and check the Last Rites. That's the first stack that they've gotten on the Last Rites here. So I really do think, though, that Last Rites, the quest, I haven't seen it in Pro, but I get the feeling, and chat call me out on this if I'm wrong, but the cooldown reduction, not a huge deal unless it's just a clown fiesta of the game. 10 kills in the game, not all that often, but down to 65 seconds versus 30 seconds, I will say, is definitely a difference. But the cooldown reduction, not quite as important, as the ult itself. So able to net a kill there on the side of coming in HotS, at least as far as death time is concerned. They're going to use this to go in. They see a whole bunch of people bottom, and they're going to go and steal this camp. They're very quickly rotating, however. Arthas coming out is going to find the rest of them. Master Fish stepping up against the Anubrak, but they're going to get this camp, and they are going to get out. So, quick snatch and grab from coming in HotS as Modo has to deal with this camp. Immediately going to be taken, and that's more of a deny than anything. They're going to go ahead and grab there. And I wonder if we're going to see a counter invade here. The side of Modo is pretty obvious where coming in HotS is right now. Maltheo showing bottom. They're going to go ahead and get into formation here on the side of Modo. Broncar checking out that bush. They're just going to go ahead and clear the shrine. Pops the camp, grabbed perfectly. Along with it, Masterfish is pushing up, looking for a route onto the Kel'Thuzad, does not find it. Krovan checking that bush out with the Eldruin. Is it the sword of Eldruin or just Eldruin? I always forget. But they're going to go ahead and face off here. Masterfish stepping up into the tank position. They're going to go ahead and grab control of the shrine area here. Ooh, big Glacial Spike misses. Excellent dodge there on the side of coming in HotS. There's the root. Going to just grab the Shaman, looking to wave clear from the Kel'Thuzad. The Cocktail goes and finishes off, and they're not going to... I'm surprised they're not starting this shrine yet. So they're started now. Coming in HotS. Going to get on here. They clear up the camp completely on the side of Modo, so the camp not pushing. Not really surprising since of this a top thing. Masterfish way out here, holding ground to try and prevent the flank. Masterfish now moving out onto here. Here's the Cocoon onto the Tyrael, immediately brought up, but Masterfish is getting absolutely wrecked. There's a Valkyrie. It goes onto Broncar, and Broncar goes down. There's a Kel'Thuzad damage trying to come out. Almost kills Masterfish, but the Cleansing Flame is going to keep him alive, and that's a big kill for coming in HotS. They're going to be able to grab this, most likely grab this shrine, 19 to 18, and probably have 20. Coming in HotS, Modo realizes they need to go now. Enigmatic taking a bunch of damage. Leap goes in the backline, kills Alex Strauss and the Cassia, and that's a big pickup for Modo. But if they can get this Kel'Thuzad, it's going to be even. There's a Kel'Thuzad damage, pulls 2. Megalomania trying to die, trades out. Kel'Thuzad almost lives, but Kel'Thuzad is back. He's got the phylactery. Krovan steps out, and that's going to be a 3 for 2 going over to the side of Modo. Coming in HotS, 20 to 19. And they're just getting onto this camp, and it's 30 seconds. I think they'll be able to get this camp in 30 seconds before Alex Straza makes it back. So that's a big deal from Modo, able to stop that. It was now or never in that fight, and Sonya, Wait, just killing it with that leap onto the back line, coming in HotS totally by surprise. They're going to go ahead and grab this camp. They realize, yeah, they're easily going to grab this shrine in 30 seconds. My caster math is very poor with counting time, so they're going to grab this camp in the middle here and have it just push out and do stuff while this Punisher goes, and they're going to grab the bottom camp here. They're going to grab the mid camp to counter the lane pressure, and the shrine is theirs. Tyrael taking a long time getting this camp. I wonder if he's going to be able to clear it in time. Yeah, Krovan decides this is not enough. So, no camp pressure for coming in HotS, and Modo gets 20. So, excellent job. And then we're going to take a look at these 20s here. Going to say Blessing of the Red. Very interesting from Alex Straza. There's a jump over the wall. The Kel'Thuzad combo off of the Punisher gets on Masterfish. Masterfish is going to be just fine. I believe he popped his Icebound Fortitude at that moment. So, yes, he did. Excellent play from him. Rep taking a ton of damage, but there's the leap onto the back line. Sony notices it too, but gets the heal and the Sanctification. Saves them all. The Cleansing Flame is keeping everybody alive and getting a bunch of damage onto Wait. That gets Arthas out of the cocoon. They're coming in. The Last Rites is thwarted with the sound barrier, but Broncar taking too much anyway. Eats right through that. There's a Valkyrie onto the Kel'Thuzad. That's exactly who you want. Cassia threads the needle as they go onto the Lucio. Huge fight here for coming in HotS. They're going after the Anubarak now, and I wonder if this is game or not. I don't know if they can get through the keep. With 3 dead, 46 seconds here before everybody comes back, before one person comes back, and they're just pushing forward. King Dingo providing some harassment. They've got to go through a wall here if they want to go mid. They do decide to go mid, try to get as much as they can. I think they're just going to go for a keep. They cannot end at this moment, but that's a key fight here for coming in HotS. And that Cassia Valkyrie. Imprisoning Light. Very interesting. So going for some interesting 20s here on the side of coming in HotS. I usually see the range, but Imprisoning Light, very interesting on the side of Cassian. I have to think about that later. And ignore Pain, of course. Rewind on Manubrac. And yeah, looking for the CC clear on the Lucio, and they just get to keep who Anubrak tries to find Megalomania. Wait might find him anyway. He's got the leap up if they want to do it, but no, it's too dangerous. They don't know exactly where the rest of coming in HotS is, and they're not going to try and push their luck here. They're going to try and regroup. They are down to keep, but they're not out of this game. It's not going to be the instant loss that it might have been had things gone otherwise. There's a huge wave up here pushing top. Coming in HotS is going to have to answer to that. Modo grabs that camp up here, and now it's just to play a game of soak and clear. Soak and clear. I mean, you don't really need soak now, but you know, the clear is good too. They're going to go ahead and do this. It looks like they're just deathballing it. Both teams just deathballing at the moment, trying to clean up their respective lanes. Both of these camps are going to be cleared. Coming in HotS probably has the camp advantage at this point. They're going to be able to clear this camp and have theirs pushed without it. And they may be able to, if they expect Modo to come clear their camp, they may be able to set a trap form in this jungle. It looks like Modo is going to go ahead and grab this camp here. And no, they're going to go ahead and go down and grab their own camp. Arth is checking to see if Modo is in fact on it. Modo getting a little bit thinking about getting aggressive, doesn't in fact go in. They're going to go ahead and just play a little bit passively, going to clear this up. Everybody's ults are back. This shrine is up. They're going to go ahead and clear top, and this is going to be a big fight here. Modo clearing top, coming in HotS, clearing up this wave, and they can choose to either wait for Modo or just start the shrine. They're going to go ahead and choose to start the shrine. Modo immediately making quick rotations. They're going to clear up this camp, and coming in HotS gets the head start on this camp, ultimately. Masterfish waiting in the wings, just looking there in that bush. King Dingo steps right up there. The Holy Ground disrupting. Here comes the Dragon Queen out. Masterfish throws down the root. They chose to back off and take it. Masterfish taking a ton of Kel'Thuzad shoots. The Cleansing Flame comes out very early. Masterfish stayed alive, and the Dragon Queen comes down, but Bronkar taking a ton of damage. The Sound Barrier has to be popped. There's the leap onto the Dragon Queen. Tempest getting blown up, so it's going to trade out Tempest, Alexstrasza for the Greymane, but the heal goes down to the Alexstrasza. They can't kill her fast enough. She heals too quickly. The dragon is too powerful. The Kel'Thuzad dies, but immediately comes back. But the dragon gets killed by the Kel'Thuzad Global. It's going to be a 3-for-1, but it's not going to be enough. Some huge play there by Enigmatic grabbing that. Lucio gets that CC out, but it's not going to be enough. And coming in HotS wins that team fight there. Modo tried to focus down the Alexstrasza, but it wasn't enough. The W goes off just in time. Calculated is all I can say for that. And an excellent job here from coming in HotS to bring this to yet another draw for this team. And as I say that, Tempest echoes my sentiments there. Never win, always draw. And I was on a team once that used to never win and always draw. So I know their pain. All right, we're gonna see if we can get Tempest or somebody in for an interview, and we're gonna do the same for Modo as well. Okay, let me go ahead and switch this scene back. Cool, I'm gonna go ahead and get in the lobby.
Hey, Ghost.
Hey, Tempest, how's it going?
All right. I mean,
oh no, you're
I'm feeling
a robot.
pretty good about this second game, but like, do you hear me better or?
Yeah, it's starting to work now.
Still a robot?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. You really wanted both games. I mean, I'm happy that we won game 2. sad that we kind of threw game 1.
I'm sorry to see.
But,
That was a
like,
rough game. That was so close. It came down to the wire.
Uh,
So let me go ahead and ask you guys about that composition there. The Cassia pick I thought was excellent, but I am seeing teams run Malthael with triple melee. Are teams treating Malthael more of as a ranged hero, or is just it okay with the 3 melee?
it's more of there's a lot of really powerful melee assassins in the meta right now, such as like Malthael, Kerrigan, Ragnaros. Like look at Tempo Storm, they tend to use a lot of those. So melee centric comps are very powerful, and if the other team isn't prepared to stop a melee centric comp, which normally needs melee assassins to counter them, then that causes a serious problem. I don't think teams are doing it because they think Mouth is ranged. Just Mouth is good, and a lot of melee assassins work really well with him.
Yeah, fair enough. I may ask you a little bit about your Alex Straza build. This is just more educating me. Blessing of the Red. What's the thinking behind that talent?
So the main reason I went it was whoever gets chained by Kel'Thuzad is much less likely to be blown up if they have the 500 health.
That's good enough. That is
good
enough for me.
If they just have like me still on Dragon, that might not save them from being blown up.
Yeah. Now let me ask you about the first game a little bit. You guys had a very good. I really liked your guys' composition. Somebody told me in the chat that Malfurion Tracer is really meta right now. Can you explain that to me?
So it's being played a lot in Europe. For example, Poik and Zalia do it a lot for Dignitas. Method does it a lot with Schwimpy on Tracer. Essentially, Hanzo does a very poor job against Tracer.
Okay.
Even if he has Redemption, his auto attacks aren't slow enough, and it's really hard for him to hit Tracer with a skill shot. So he's one of the worst matchups into Tracer.
Yeah. What's the Malfurion part of the equation, though?
So normally Tracer would like a support to be with her, but the problem is, other than Lucio, not many supports are mobile enough to keep up with her.
Okay.
With Malfurion, you just put the heal on her, and you could be somewhere else, and you can go on your own like solo missions to kill the Hanzo. Especially if the Hanzo is technically safe from the rest of our team, but away from their team, Tracer can exploit that and kill him. So essentially, she doesn't need a support to be babysitting her. She just needs one Q, and then she's good to do whatever she wants for around 20 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay, so in that first game, too, they really had a nice combo going there with the Tyrael Judgment. Once that happened to you guys, what was the response in comms there on how to handle it?
Essentially, keep Tracer and Greymane kind of behind our ETC, so that if they do try to dive in, that ETC still has the power slide to peel off. Because if they're up in front, unless Tracer does a good recall, they're vulnerable to just getting killed instantly without ETC being able to stop them. Plus, if ETC is in front of them, then Hanzo's skill shots won't be able to get to them. Whereas if they're up in front, Hanzo just kills them.
I did notice ETC did get just simply blown up a couple of times. Was that just a positioning issue?
That was, I think, partially positioning, partly just the weakness of the comp, which is Malfurion doesn't have any burst heals.
Yeah.
And we were a bit split up. Ideally, we are a bit bunched up against that comp, so that with Taunt Judgment, they're trying to kind of isolate someone. If we are all together if you're all together, they can't do that as effectively. Yes, the Judgment pushes us away, but then we're right there to kill them again. And we have good AoE. We have the Twilight Dream. We have Blaze to does just a lot of annoying like slows, AoE damage, and with the Greymane Tracer, we probably could have won if even if, say, ETC got blown up, if we were able to do enough AoE damage back at them while they're killing ETC, I think we probably could have won the 4v5.
Gotcha.
The problem was we had different speeds on rotations.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and the ETC. Oh, what was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Anyways, I'm gonna just ask you again about the first game. Was your guys' plan going into this to basically just control bottom lane?
that was essentially our game plan going into it.
Cool.
We were debating a bit whether we should have Greymane into the Malthaos of Solo instead of Blaze, but we chose the Blaze because we felt that there's opportunity for Blaze to double soak better than Greymane.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can have Greymane with the 4-man grabbing camp, so we can just keep pressuring bot lane.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Got any shoutouts for Twitch?
Shoutouts to my team. Get ready for week 7 against Tater. That's gonna be the big one for us. I haven't done the math. I need to check the standings, but I think if we dominate them, we're in a good position to hope for a playoff berth. We need to see Division A, because it's 8 teams. It's actually incredibly close at the bottom of who's in and who's out.
Oh, I believe it.
Like there's kind of 6 teams that are essentially locked, and then the other 5 teams are essentially fighting for 2 spots. It's going to be really close.
That's awesome. All right. Well, good luck with that, and I'll see you then.
All right. See ya. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, we're going to get Savo in here for the side of Modo for an interview. I'm going to ask him about both of these games here. Good old draw here coming out. We're going to see him hop into the channel here. Couple of very good games. They're just back and forth on both games. That first game went right down to the wire. I love it. So we're going to see what kind of information we can get from Savo here. Savo, how you doing?
Could be better.
That's fair. You guys draw against coming in HotS. I guess my first question is sort of a meta question. What's that put you guys in as far as making that top 8 for Division A?
I honestly have no idea. I think we came in tonight saying we need to win, and we didn't do it. We lost and tied, and that was just, I mean, I played pretty poor, actually, in most of our games.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it just wasn't our night tonight, truthfully.
Right. So, okay, not happy with your performance, despite a win there at the first game.
Yeah, I mean, it was super close, though. I mean, we didn't turn it on until late. We were down 16s, 14s, and then we just decided to stop being scared of them and going in. And once we started doing that, the whole game changed, but we just needed to be doing that earlier.
Yeah, that's awesome, though. You were able to turn that on once again. So, asking about that first game, coming in HotS really controlled you guys early on by getting that bottom lane. What was the plan for getting out from under that?
I mean, at that point, we just needed one person to maybe split up and side soak, get ourselves some XP, because we were probably down, I think, at least a level or so in XP. Mm-hmm. But our main thing was just to not let too many shots in down bot, because we knew that even 1 or 2 shots could change the game, which it would have in the end. Mm-hmm. So we just defended the shots, and then once they finally backed out before altars, we just laid all of our damage on it so we could clear it out quick and go.
Nice.
Going, so.
Cool. Yeah. Now, I assume with this draft, were you thinking of that judgment combo the whole time?
We were, yeah, we were thinking from the start. We're like, Sanct is obviously great, but I think that in this case we need to just blow them up. So
yeah, and it definitely worked. You guys just blew that ETC up a couple of times.
Yep.
There in that point. So well done on that. So I have some questions about the second game there with the Infernal Shrines. What would you say is the turning point there for you guys in that game?
I would let him, honestly, the worst part, like, we were kind of always fighting from behind a little bit there again. I mean, we had decent camp clear. We started off very, very strong. And then once we got to the mid-game, they started getting a couple more Punishers.
Yeah.
Sank is pretty big as well as Dragon. And we just didn't do as well as far as team fight positioning. I think that's really all that let us down in those. The turning point 100% was we had a great fight up top, and we did not get any kills, nor did we push top keep down when we had a late game Punisher, and it allowed them to turn the whole game. That should have been our game 100% there, and we just totally blew it. Yeah, we got caught by their ults.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. You're down 19-20, and I think. I'm not sure. I forget if you guys were down a man or not, but you guys turned around and said we need this fight. Was that a clear notion for you guys at that moment?
No, we were seeing what we could do. Maybe get like another. We had a Kel'Thuzad, so you can always like lay some burst. But whenever everybody went down, our Sonya just went in. Yeah. We ended up picking one off. Then we knew we could retake it. Got the second kill, and that turned everything around. But we just weren't able to take advantage of it like we should have. It's pretty bad, actually. When you think about that last fight, that was a bad top fight. 20s to 20s. a Punisher up. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I actually do have a question about the draft in that game. You guys grabbed Sonya and Nubarak in your 2-3 position. What were you responding to, or what were you trying to set up with those picks?
Truthfully, we just wanted somebody who just didn't get smoked by a Malthael early on, who had some pretty good camp clear.
Cool.
As well. Also, we were kind of contemplating Leap once they had a couple of good backliners, because we said with all their ults like that, we probably just need to stun them out, CC them, and blow them up.
Mm-hmm.
And those are two decent tanks there with some decent sustains and CC.
Yeah.
I just don't think we were super synchronized off of like Cocoon plus the follow-up damage.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I will say though, it feels bad to have Lunara banned on you so quickly.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. You know, like I mean, she's good, and Enigma plays a great Lunara.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of nice when teams ban it out.
Yeah. It's gotta feel it's definitely special. All right, well that's about it for me. Do you got any shout outs for Twitch?
Shout out to you guys there. What a miracle
thanks,
is just crushing it right now. I love it. It's awesome. Shout out to my team in that Towers of Doom game. We did not crumble. We came back really strong. It's very, very solid mindset. So I'm really impressed with everybody, how they came back there. And that's been a shout out to coming in hats there. They played a nice series. So even though I'm disappointed, they still played well and didn't let us just take the game. So they did well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of your games this week.
Thanks, bud. We'll see you around, Ghost.
All right. Later.
Later, bud.
All right. That does it for me. This game is over. This match is over, guys. Sorry to let you know there's no more games tonight. This has been the Nexus Gaming Series. There's one more week of Div A competition, and then the playoffs start for all 3 divisions in NGS. So definitely come out and check those out. I will be casting as much of those as I can, possibly co-casting many of them as well. So I hope to see you then. Go ahead and follow me at GhostDunk on twitch.tv. And if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button right now. I think that's about it for me. I don't know how this affects the standings of Division A at the moment. If you'd like to know more about NGS, Nexus Gaming Series, go to nexusgamingseries.com. It's a lot of fun, and you're going to have a great time playing, and you're going to have a great time watching. So that is it from me. I've been Ghost Duncan. Once again, the result coming in HotS versus Modo. They tie 1-1 here in a draw on Nexus Gaming Series. You guys have a great night, and thanks for watching.